Hey guys, hope you're all well. It's about 11:15 Sunday night. I got a bit bored, so I've come back up here just to do something. That something is, I'm going to try and swap the locks over on the rear seat for the BMW to a rear seat cowl. I've been looking for one of these since I got the bike. They are so hard to find unless you go to BMW and part with a ridiculous amount of money. I have been told, or I've seen, that they're close to £300 with the lock. Not sure how true that is. Maybe some of you guys can tell me. I do not know. I certainly weren't going to part with that much money for a piece of plastic. There is loads of them on eBay, made in a certain area of the world, and I really didn't want to run the risk of getting one of them, although they are cheap. I think they're about £25, but even so, spending that, and if it doesn't fit nice, it's still disappointed. So I've been looking out for close to a year. It is about a year I've had that bike. Yeah, so close to a year to find a genuine one. So I constantly look on eBay and Marketplace, and the other day one popped up. So I think it had actually been listed for about a week, which I found surprising, but I put a really cheeky offer in on it. I thought, no, they're not going to accept that, but I went in with a really cheeky offer. Surprise, surprise, they accepted it. And luckily this was sort of Birmingham way, not far from where Gertrude lives, so I dropped him a message and he kindly went and picked it up for me. So I think the guy who it's for, his wife bought it. I could have this wrong, I think this is what Richard said. His wife bought it and he ended up with a red bike, and this is white. So it didn't get used, something along them lines anyway. So this is a genuine one, but it's got different keys, and I actually don't want another key rattling about in my ignition, marking all the top of the headstock on the bike, which it does. So apparently I can get the lock out the seat, the lock barrel, and it will fit that. So I'm going to give that a go, and then we're going to catch up on a few things of where the GS500 is, Dan's bike and such. Obviously I can't do nothing work wise properly at this time of night, so you know, as and when I can, I do little jobs like this. So I'm going to get a part, see if it does work, because it would be nice if it's keyed like the rest of the bike. So this one has got screws in it, and that one has got them silly Torx things. I'm not a fan of them, I don't know why. So I'm hoping it'll work, or else I'm going to have to carry two keys around with me. Like I say, I don't want it on the ignition key, so it does mark up the bike, doesn't it? And I also got a bit of a graphics kit for the bike. It's very childish and I love it. You'll see that another day. Oh, here it is on here, look. That was plain white when I got it, so that now matches other things on the bike. I know it's childish, but I like it. It's brightened it up a bit, give it a bit of a facelift. Right, if I keep all the parts for this one this side and all the parts for that one that side, we shouldn't get mixed up. In fact, to tell you what, let's get this one completely apart first. So, instructions. Proof that blokes do read instructions. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. These are my dad's glasses, these were, and I can actually see perfect with them. So what we got here? So it looks like you buy the seat cowl and it looks like the actual lock comes separate. Of course it does. BMW, they make as much money as possible out of every little part. Attention! If it's not standing firmly, the motorcycle could topple. Let's not go on about that. They must know I've got it. No, let's not go on about motorcycles falling over. I didn't want to read that. Right. Yeah, remove the lock barrel for same key locking system. So let's give it a go. Because looking at them here, they look different, but the barrel is obviously the same, I would guess. Thereabouts. They're about the same length keys. Yeah, they are. So yeah, the barrel should be the same length. Right, what do you have to do? Insert key to lock barrel, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you're on a soft surface, obviously. Remove retaining plate, done that. Remove slider. Remove locking bar. Brilliant instructions. Remove retainer plate, remove slider, remove locking bar. Yeah, very informative. Oh, okay then. That's gonna be the slider. Remove locking bar. Which one's that then? I wonder if it does say you have your key in it, doesn't it? Remove locking bar. So which one's the locking bar? Number 5. We've done that. Use a suitable tool, for example, a screwdriver. Press in retainer and lift out lock barrel. Well, that sounds simple. Where do I press in the retainer though? That picture looks completely different to mine. Ooh, what's that? Let me get a little flat blade. I think it's that. Is that sprung? Oh yes. Oh, simple. So hopefully then, that will all be the same size. We'll soon find out. I'll wrap all that seat up so it's safe with all its parts in a bit. Move that so I don't scratch this. Yeah, keep them screws well out of the way, because this is actually brand new. I'll say, if anybody knows how much these are from BMW, I'll be very interested to know. Because I think I got it at an extremely reasonable cost. Like I say, in my cheeky bin, I didn't think they'd accept it, but they did. I'll put that there. I think all that one should fit back on the old one. Oh, it's exactly the same. That's good. Yeah, so it looks like you do have to have your key in it. Yeah, you do. Brilliant. Yeah, exactly the same. Right. That's good news. It's in. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Done. Brilliant. That's better. I think I'll put that lock barrel in the seat so I don't lose nothing. With the keys in it, then wrap all that up and put it somewhere safe. Excellent. Right, next then, a bit of a catch up with this. Now, as I was doing this in my spare time, early hours of the morning, late at night and so on, I didn't really catch a great deal filming because, you know, I just got in here and got on with it. I didn't really want it taking over the projects that we're on. So yeah, I was just getting on with it in my spare time really. So, but I guess there will be others which we'll cover in a bit more detail. Obviously, we'll probably have some of the main projects out the way if something else like this does turn up. But anyway, it's all done. It's ready. It threw up some challenges, which I will explain, but we got there in the end. So all in all, I'd done this over a period of about 2 weeks, in early hours of the morning, late at night, like I say. So the jobs I'd done on it, removed the rear end, as I think you know, I've put a video out on that. Cleaned and painted all the swing arm, cleaned the shock up, re-greased all the bushes, bearings, everything like that. I removed the belly pan, which I'm going to keep off because it was just collecting rubbish. Had some brackets on there that was scuffing all the frame, and then that was rusting. Removed the little bikini fairing that was on it that had a great big scuff on there. So instead of tidying that up, which I do believe is fiberglass, I just tidied all the headlight bowl up and I put a new rim on the headlight, which I happen to have. I think it was off an XS650, but it dropped straight on it. It's perfect, so I use that because the old one was rusty. So all the front ends all nice and tidy now. What else have we done? Oh, I changed the handlebars because the red ones on it had gone pink, so it's now got silver ones on that matches everything else on the bike. Repaired the frame. I'll probably drop a little picture on here what the frame was like. There was literally nothing there. So yeah, if you're ever looking at one of these bikes and any of the frames bubbling up, just be very, very careful. If you haven't got the kit to repair it yourself, that could be quite an expensive job for a motorcycle dealer or shop or whatever to sort out for you. Yeah, it had gone quite bad. It's the breakaway frame, same as on a lot of bikes like the Suzuki Bandit and things like that, and I have seen others that rot out on that little cross member, and I did try to repair it, but it had gone so bad. As I was messing about with it, I could tell it was just so weak. I thought, forget it, just cut it off and start again. So I completely replaced that little cross member. So that one is actually 3mm thick, so that's not going to rot out anytime soon. And I repainted it all as well. Again, just a quick rattle can job. So the rotted frame, that's all sorted. That was actually picked up on a previous MOT, so it's all sorted now. So, you know, bear that in mind if you get a bike like this, or use Suzuki Bandits and things like that. If you've got any bubbling on the paint on the frame, especially these, which are apparently renowned for rotting, be very, very careful, be quite cautious about it, because there's a good chance there's no metal under that bubbling paint, which was the case for this. It was completely shot. So yeah, bear that in mind if you see these with frames that are bubbling. The job I wish I hadn't started on it, but I did, was remove the exhaust pipe, because I wanted to give it a clean up. All the rest of the bike started cleaning up quite nice. But you know what, the exhaust pipe's letting it down quite badly now. It seems a shame to leave it. So I removed it, because I had some of that heat-proof black paint. I thought, I'll get some of that on it, it's better than what it looks like now. So I started removing that, and it's got obviously 2 bolts in each pipe. The outside ones, as in the far right side, the far left side, came out great. They'd been replaced with stainless bolts. And I recall seeing something in the paperwork on this bike where a motorcycle dealer had a go at the exhaust, and yeah, they obviously got the outside ones on, put stainless ones in, and couldn't get the inside ones out. They'd rounded the Allen sockets off. So that turned into a nightmare, because they were stuck solid. And I mean solid. I sheared them off. No way is that turning. No way. No, it's not. Oh, come on. I ended up, because I tried whacking the next size Allen bolt in there, the Allen key in there, and that just rounded off instantly. So I ended up welding a bolt to the Allen bolt, and then I just sheared the heads off them. It was just step by step. The job was getting worse before it was getting better. So eventually I welded nuts then to the stud that was sticking out. I think I tried that 3 or 4 times. They just kept shearing off and shearing off, till eventually I was just left with enough to get one last nut on. On this side, I'd done it, and eventually it come undone. I put loads of heat into it. I kept tapping it and letting it go cold, heating it up again. I was even quenched it with a bit of water to try and break that seal of the rust and the aluminium corrosion altogether. But eventually it went. The other side was a different story. Same scenario with that. The studs were getting shorter and shorter and shorter as it was shearing, till there was nothing there. So I had to drill that one. Like I say, it's to be expected with a bike that's been stood in a garden. It really is. And like I said, I've since found out these are brilliant at rotting away. So we drilled that one out and got it out, tapped it all back out, and I've now got stainless fixings in them all. So that's all spot on. The exhaust pipe's back on. It's serviceable. It's not blowing or anything, so we're good to go there. But that was quite an interesting job. Doing that early hours of the morning, keeps snapping off. It was, yeah, that was probably the hardest thing on there actually. We'll have a look round it in a moment anyway. What else have we done? Oh, repaired the fuel tank. Now that was quite strange because it had sat in this guy's garden for 3 years, probably 3/4 full of fuel. And when it come back here, the fuel had gone off. Obviously it got that terrible smell to it, so I drained it out, cleaned it all out, put fresh fuel in there. The bike had stood here for probably 3 hours with that fresh fuel in, and it just sprung a leak. So tiniest pinholes. So I decided to have a go at some tank sealer. Got that in, and for some reason it sprung a leak somewhere else. So I eventually welded the tank up, drained it all out again. I got this hot air blower in there to make sure all the fuel had gone, all the vapours had gone, and I welded that up. So I'm still seeing how that goes. So far so good, it's okay. So that's that sorted. Fuel tank repaired. We've given it a full service, so it's had new oil, filters, oil filter, air filter, spark plugs. It's had brake pads front and rear. The brake pads were the rear ones are completely shot, so it's had brake pads front and rear. And it's also had new fork seals and dust covers. So I think it's about ready for an MOT. I've checked over everything else. It's obviously loads better from when it rolled in here. And I've also given it a polish. I had my little electric mop on it, tidying it all up. And I've gradually been cleaning it as and when I've got time. And it's just got better and better, to be honest. I think it's brought it back to life. And I do believe it's roadworthy. I haven't rode it yet. We'll do that in another little short video as and when I get a moment. Well, I'll pick a nice morning or something and I'll pop up and down the road on it, see how it goes. It's still a bit fluttery on the left hand cylinder. I think that's fuel. It's had new plugs, like I say. So it's still a bit weak on the left cylinder. And it's definitely down to fueling, I would say. So I'm going to see how it goes with a run, see if we can clear it out. If not, someone very kindly sent me a Carb Rebuild Kit that he had kicking around for many months, years or whatever, and he sent me that in the post. So that's really appreciated. It may be getting used, but like I say, I'm doing the bare minimum on this. It's all being done on a budget, the budget bike as we call it. So if I can get away without using it at the moment, I will. But if not, it's no big problem to take the carbs off and we'll get it sorted. Like I say, we'll give it a run first. We'll get that in a video. What else have we done? I think that's about it really. Like I say, it was done over 2 weeks. So it's not turned out too bad actually. So all in all, it's had, what we've done? Oh, the rear caliper had all seized up as well. Not the pistons, the bolts holding it on. I had to sort one of them sheared out, so we sorted all that. But that's had, like I say, it's had new pads and retaining pins and R-clips all replaced. The pins and R-clips were £7.80. The rear brake pads were £6.95. Can't you tell I didn't go for posh ones? But they'll do for this. The front brake pads were the same, £6.95. I wasn't going to throw loads of money at it on high-end stuff because, yeah, it's just going to be a little runabout. I'm still undecided what I'm going to do with it. But I will ride it round for a bit. Fork seals and dust covers were £13.45. Fork oil was £12.75. The full service kit, that's oil, filters, air filters, spark plugs, the lot was, oh, I got extravagant on that. That was actually £48.99. Tank sealer with £22.99. That's got a brand new battery on it, which was $29.99, and a chain and sprocket set, rear sprocket, front sprocket and chain. That was an half decent one actually, which was 45 quid. So grand total I've spent on it to get it all roadworthy again was £194.87. I think it was worth it. Although I've not bought the best, I've gone very cheap on it, but it's more than good enough for this bike. It really is. So I think for less than £200 to get this from 3 years in the garden and within 2 weeks roadworthy again, I don't think that's too bad. I really don't. It starts fine. I'm not going to start it now because we are actually approaching midnight now, if not gone. But it all starts fine, and we'll see how it runs in another video. I'm quite looking forward to riding it actually. I'm just going to obviously find time to go and have half hour up and down the road on it. What else we're catching up with? Dan's bike. Dan's bike is finished. Well, sort of. We will get videos. I think I've got about 2 more videos in Dan's bike. Dan's just putting a bit of information together for me as well. You'll see what all that's about very soon. But yeah, Dan's bike is more or less done. It's all in one piece. It's all together. I don't want to show you now. I want to wait for the videos. I still got a little bit of an issue with the front tyre. Something strange going on with the front tyre, which I'll explain in the next video. You'll see on that. But like I say, I think there's only 2 videos going to be left on Dan's bike, and then it's going to be shipped off down to him and sorted. So yeah, that's been sat in here done. We're just finalising a bit of info so we can put the very last video out on that. But you'll see what all that's about. So yeah, I do get people asking, oh, where's that bike and where's that bike? Sometimes the videos can be at least 4 weeks behind to where I actually am with projects, to when like you see them. Obviously I'm doing all the work, then I have to find time to do all the editing on the different projects. I try and alternate the different projects so we ain't just fixated on one constantly. I try and change it round a bit, so well, I think it might be a bit more interesting to watch, who knows. So I don't just stick on one constantly. I like to swap it about a bit. So sometimes when you get to see a video, that bike's probably 4 weeks ahead, if you know what I mean. So you could be seeing a video, let's for instance say the wheels and the forks are only just going in. When you're watching that video, that bike could be sat here completely finished. So yeah, a lot of balls in the air to keep it all rolling, if you know what I mean. So when people do ask, I think sometimes I don't want to answer because it's here done, it's finished. I want to wait for the videos for you all to catch up with things. So yeah, that happens quite a lot. It's like this, I'm doing this video now. This has been sat here for 2 weeks finished. And you're only just finding out about it now, if you know what I mean. That's a good for instance. It's just how it works. So yeah, next one on this, might even just take it straight to the MOT place and see if it passes. I think it will, and I may just film that actually. We'll, just film the MOT guy who you've seen before. We've done that MOT video, so I may just let him have at it and I'll film him doing it, see if it's a pass or a fail. Fingers crossed it's a pass. We'll see how that goes. The GS, you're more or less sort of up to date with that, the way that's going. This week that will be coming to bits, so it'll be in a million bits all around the shed, and stuff off to the powder coaters. I've got other stuff with other things that you don't even see that are going to the powder coaters. I just couldn't possibly show every single thing that went on in here and film it all, it would be just a nightmare. So there's quite a lot of other things that you don't even see. So I've got quite a big powder coating pile going off this week, and hopefully that will be back fairly pronto, and other things that you don't see will be done and gone out the way. Yeah, so GS, like I say, I shall be collaring out of a friend, and they'll be coming over one evening and helping me out with that great big heavy engine. So that will be well and truly on the way to the final build as well. What else we got going on? Obviously we got the other Enfields. I've even been doing bits to them that I've not even filmed, ready to go on the bikes. This one here, all the oil tank and everything's been done. So I just don't stop at all. I'm just constantly on the go. But I'm not moaning because I enjoy it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. So yeah, like I say, you don't always get videos on time to where the actual build is. Sometimes they come onto YouTube quite late, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's where we are with most things anyway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a ride on this, and I really hope it clears its throat a bit and starts fueling that left cylinder properly, but we'll see. We'll see. It's no big problem, is it? If it doesn't, we'll just strip the carbs out and have a look. Anyway, let's have a closer look around it. So, as you can see, it's not looking too bad at all. It really isn't. I'm quite pleased with how it's come out, actually, for a quick bodge job, and rattle can here and there. So obviously we had all the back end out. That's looking a lot better. I think, as you've seen from the video, everything was red rusty. You have to excuse the light in here, it's not too good. This little lamp, I don't know if you can see that very well, but all the shocks nice and clean, all the nuts and bolts are cleaned up, the heel plates are all cleaned up well. The exhaust is now actually black instead of red rusty. So yeah, it's all a lot better under there now, and everything's re-greased and cleaned up. So that's all, give it another lease of life, I guess. It should last a lot longer now, because if it was left as it was, it actually wouldn't have been far off the scrapyard, I guess. But yeah, we've done all the fork seals and everything. That's all sorted now. All new oil, engine, forks, filters, the lot. So it's looking a lot better. And it's actually cleaned up quite nice, actually. The seat is in really good condition. There's no damage there, rips, tears or anything like that. So that's in pretty good nick. You know, it's got the odd little ding here and there, which is as to be expected of a bike this age. But you know, it's got the odd little chip here and there, but it's nothing bad really. There we go, we changed to silver handlebars. The headlight bowl, I did take that off and paint all that, which looks a lot better. And like I said, we put a better rim, because the other one was actually just like crusting and falling to bits. It's got the odd scuff. It's obviously took a very low speed tumble at some point, but not enough to do any severe damage at all. It's just the odd little scuff here and there. I suppose I could just dress that up a bit there and put a bit of black paint on it. Unless I found a new lid, I might even have one knocking about. So yeah, we polished all the mudguard and everything, cleaned the wheels up. All the brakes have all been cleaned out. They're all working as they should. The dreaded exhaust pipe now black. Well, sort of black. It's like a proper matte black, that heat-proof paint, isn't it? But it's better than rust. It'll do. Like I say, it's all functioning. It's not blowing. The bike's nice and quiet. I didn't get around to painting the horn look. I might take that off and paint it when I get a spare moment, just so it's tidy. So that's red rusty, so I might do that. We'll see. I'll say the next thing is we'll get a little run out on it. But yeah, it's constantly busy in here, and any little jobs I do for myself is normally early hours of the morning or very late at night, so I don't interfere with all the projects that you're all watching. What's this? I've started to sort all through my stuff and start putting stuff on eBay that I don't want. I'm trying to have a clear out as well, because there's quite a lot of stuff knocking about and I'm trying to create some space now. So yeah, that's there. I've got frames down here that are going up the powder coaters, oil tanks that have been done for this build here. So it's all going on. It's constantly busy. You know, as I said a minute ago, some of the things I don't even show. It's just be impossible to keep up with everything I do in here. It was just an absolute editing nightmare. I'm quite slow at that anyway, but I managed to sort of trundle through it. But yeah, it's always busy in here. So yeah, obviously the turbo bike will come, as that is my bike. I'm getting all the customer jobs out of the way first, as you know, and then I'm 100% concentrating on all the other things. So there we are. That's just a little catch up, really, just to show you some of the things. And like I say, the videos are sometimes completely out of sync to where the job is actually at in real time. So you just have to bear with me when I get round to editing each one of these up, so you get to catch up with each thing. It's like I've got Mark's BSA as well that I've been tinkering around with. The engine's out of that. I might video that actually, because something very strange is going on with the engine and I need to crack it open to investigate what the problem is. So I may video that one because I'm quite intrigued to see what's wrong with it. We was never expecting to open the engine up, but we've got to do so because something strange is going on. So I may video that so we can see what's going on with it. As you can see, as I said, I am having a big clear out over the next several months and listing a lot of stuff on eBay. So if you wish to keep an eye on that, there may be something of use. And like I say, all the proceeds of that I'm just ploughing into keeping me going in here. So all the sales are very helpful, even the bullets. There's plenty of bullets left on there, the key rings and stickers and stuff. It all gets ploughed back into it and helps me keep afloat, sort of thing. So all the sales on eBay, if any of you guys have gone on and purchased any of them, it is much appreciated. It really is appreciated. So anyway, I think it's probably past midnight now, thereabouts. So I'm going to drag all the bikes back in. I really enjoy that. I'm going to put my feet up. Anyway, cheers for watching the little catch up, guys. Catch you soon.